So, let's talk about something we all use every single day but maybe don't think about enough. Networks. Think about it. You probably woke up this morning and the first thing you did was grab your phone. You checked your messages, scrolled through your feed, maybe even asked your smart speaker for the weather. All of that, every single tap and swipe, happens over a network. We are completely surrounded by this invisible web of connections that makes our modern lives possible. It's how we work, how we play, how we connect with friends and family, and how we get our entertainment. It's not just our phones and laptops anymore either. It's our TVs, our watches, our cars, and even our refrigerators. Security is the lock on your front door. Privacy is what happens inside the house. In the digital world, security means protecting your data and your systems from unauthorized access. Digital privacy is control over personal information. A service can be secure but have terrible privacy, collecting and selling data. You need both to be truly safe. Imagine a diary on your computer. Security equals password plus encryption, prevents a break-in. Privacy equals who you let read it. Privacy is about control and consent. No security means no privacy. Security without privacy is like cameras in every room. Ask both, is it secure? What's the privacy policy? How is my data used? Understanding this difference is the first step to better choices online. Now let's get into some of the networks that you use but might not even know exist. Think AirDrop, sending a photo to a friend standing next to you. Your phones create a direct, temporary link just for that transfer. Bluetooth is another, phone to headphones or phone to car. The convenience is obvious, but the security risks are real. These networks are spontaneous and often lack robust security. If the connection isn't properly encrypted, someone nearby could intercept your data. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and AirDrop a sensitive document. If vulnerable, someone else could grab a copy. It's like whispering a secret in a crowded room. You can't be 100% sure no one's listening. Okay, let's talk about the big ones. E-services and your smartphone. These are probably the two areas where we pour most of our digital lives. E-services are basically anything you do online, from online banking, shopping, booking a flight, filing your taxes. We trust these websites with our most sensitive information. Credit card numbers, social security numbers, home addresses, passwords. The security of these services is absolutely critical. If an online store gets hacked, your financial information could be stolen and used for fraud. We see these headlines all the time with millions of user accounts being compromised. The privacy side of e-services is just as important. When you sign up for a new service, you usually agree to a long terms and conditions document that nobody ever reads. Buried in that text, you are often giving that company permission to collect a ton of data about you. They track what you browse, what you click on, what you buy, and even your location. They use this data to build a detailed profile about you for targeted ads or to sell to other companies. So while the service might be secure from hackers, your privacy is being traded for convenience. And then there's your mobile device, your smartphone. This is probably the most personal piece of technology you own. It holds your contacts, your private conversations, your photos and videos, your location history, your banking apps. Your entire life is on this thing. The security of the phone itself is step one. Using a strong passcode or biometric authentication is essential. This is your first line of defense if your phone is lost or stolen. Without it, anyone who picks it up has instant access to everything. App security is also a huge part of this. Malicious apps can contain malware that steals your data in the background. But again, privacy is a different battle. Even legitimate apps are hungry for your data. A simple flashlight app has no business needing access to your contacts or location. App permissions are the privacy settings for your phone. It's crucial to be selective. Your phone constantly knows where you are, and that location data is incredibly valuable to advertisers. Taking a few minutes to review your app permissions and location settings can make a huge difference in how much of your private life you are broadcasting without realizing it. Let's zoom out a bit and talk about something that affects everyone, the power grid. For 100 years, the grid has been a one-way street. Big power plants generate electricity. It flows out to our homes and businesses. But that's changing with the smart grid. The smart grid is a two-way communication network built on the traditional power grid. It uses smart meters on our homes, sensors all along the power lines. This gives utilities real-time data about power usage. They can detect outages instantly and manage the flow of electricity much more efficiently. This also opens the door for distributed generation. We're not just consuming power, some of us are producing it too. Solar panels on our roofs. The smart grid helps manage this complex two-way flow of energy. But all this connectivity brings new security risks. A hacker who infiltrates the smart grid could cause chaos. They could manipulate data to create billing fraud, Or try to shut down power to a neighborhood, a city, or a whole region. Protecting the grid's command and control systems is national security. The smart grid also raises serious privacy concerns. Smart meters collect detailed readings, sometimes every few minutes. This data can reveal when you wake up, when you go to sleep, when you're on vacation, and even which appliances you use. Who gets to see this data? What can they do with it? This granular usage data is a goldmine for advertisers and companies. Alright, let's dive into the one we all know and probably spend way too much time on. Social networks. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X are really designed for sharing. We share photos from our vacation, updates about our lives, our opinions on everything. This is how we stay connected with friends, family, and the world. From a security standpoint, the first thing to protect is your account itself. If a hacker gets into your social media account, they can impersonate you and scam your friends. This is where strong, unique passwords and two-factor authentication come in. Using 2FA means even if someone steals your password, they still can't get into your account. It's like adding a deadbolt to your digital door. It's a little extra effort when you log in, but the peace of mind is worth it. Privacy settings are crucial on these platforms. You need to go through them line by line to control who can see your posts and find your profile. So we've talked about personal tech, but let's look at the bigger systems that run in the background. Industrial systems are the digital controls for things like factories, water treatment, plants' transportation systems. These used to be isolated, standalone systems, but now they're being connected to the internet for remote monitoring and efficiency. This is the Industrial Internet of Things, IoT. It makes systems more efficient, but also makes them targets for cyber attacks. The risks are huge and can have direct physical consequences. A hacker who gains access to a water treatment control system could alter the chemical mixture, potentially poisoning a city's water supply. A factory hack could make machinery malfunction, causing equipment damage, production shutdowns, or even injuring workers. Many industrial systems are old and weren't designed with internet security in mind. Protecting this critical infrastructure is a massive, ongoing challenge for engineers and governments. On the other end is pervasive computing, ubiquitous computing or ambient intelligence. Computing woven into our environment, essentially invisible. Think of a smart home that anticipates your needs. You walk into a room and the lights change to your preferred brightness and color. Music starts playing your favorite playlist. The temperature adjusts to your liking. No buttons. The environment becomes the interface, technology aware of you and responsive. Let's talk about the cloud. It's a term we hear all the time, but what is it really? In simple terms, the cloud is just someone else's computer. When you upload a photo to Google Photos, save a file in Dropbox, or stream Netflix, you are sending and receiving data from massive data centers. Those data centers are owned by companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft. These data centers are basically warehouses filled with thousands of powerful computers. The cloud is a global network of data centers that stores our files and runs our apps. The security of the cloud is a huge deal. Big tech has armies of security engineers. They use sophisticated firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and tight physical security. But centralizing data creates big targets attractive to sophisticated hackers. A major breach could expose millions of people's and companies' data at once. For sensitive info, consider zero-knowledge encryption where only you have the key. So after all that, it might feel a little overwhelming. It seems like the risks are everywhere. But the good news is, there are simple, concrete steps you can take right now to improve your security and privacy. You don't have to be a tech expert. The most important thing is to just be a little more mindful. First, passwords. Use a password manager. It creates long, random, unique passwords and stores them for every site. This way, you only have to remember one master password, and if one site gets hacked, the rest are safe. Next, turn on two-factor authentication or 2FA. On your email, your social media, your banking apps, everywhere. Yes, it's one extra step when you log in, but it is the single best thing you can do. Also, keep your software updated. When your phone or computer tells you there's an update available, install it. Those updates often contain critical security patches. Running old software is like leaving a window open. Be proactive and keep your devices up to date. When it comes to privacy, the key is to be stingy with your data. Before you install a new app, think about whether you really need it. When you do install it, pay close attention to the permissions it asks for. Microphone? Contacts? Probably not. Deny any permissions that don't seem necessary. Go through the privacy settings on your phone and in your social media apps. Turn off location tracking for apps that don't need it. Limit ad tracking. Take a few minutes to customize these settings to your comfort level. Finally, just be skeptical. Be careful about what you click on. Phishing emails and text messages try to trick you into giving up passwords or financial info. If an email seems suspicious, it probably is. If a deal looks too good to be true, it definitely is. Taking a moment to think before you click can save you a world of trouble. By building these simple habits, you can take back a significant amount of control over your digital life. You can enjoy all the amazing things technology has to offer while keeping your personal information safe and secure. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, be sure to share it with someone who might need it. And of course, you know the drill. Like and subscribe for more Tech Explained. Catch you in the next one.